The City of Tyler says new safety measures are working on a stretch of road known for bad crashes.
So much so, they're now considering similar measures on other roads. KLTV7's Avery Niles explains.
Every day, there are between 18 to 20,000 cars that travel through the Grande Boulevard reverse curve between Holly Tree and Old Jacksonville Highway. Cameron Williams, the City of Tyler traffic engineer, says the new elements came after looking at 10 years of traffic habit data.
There had been several accidents, crashes in that area. So two of the elements that we talked about were improving the pavement surface. So we put in what was called a high friction surface treatment, basically to give you more friction, more grip to your tires going through that curve. And then also LED chevrons that basically light up as you go through that curve.
Since the additions in December, Williams says they have seen major improvements.
We are able to pull only reported crashes, so things that, where a police officer responds and creates a crash report. And in looking at that data, there have been 0 crashes in that reverse curve since in that time frame.
Williams says before the improvements, the area saw a number of crashes when it was raining.
The pavement that we did install, we actually did do a kind of a before and after on testing that, and the new pavement increased that friction really by almost 3 times what was out there before.
Since adding these elements have reduced the number of crashes, the city is thinking about adding the LED chevrons to another area in town.
We're looking at a second location that is planned for installation on Shiloh Road between New Copeland Road and Donnybrook.
Avery Niles, KLTV7 News.
And the city says they will continue to monitor the area and will add more safety elements if needed.